All right, Winging It, episode, what is this, 22? How about that? Fresh off my trip from St. Louis, 16 hours of driving. Oof, that was tough, especially after the weekend we had. Excuse me, I might have a little bit of a cold too, or maybe the heaters. But your boys, Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts, I'm Dylan Corbett. 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D coming up. And we were supposed to get a new guest, Drew Ellis. He has been pushed to next week. We are going to play Would You Rather. We have prepared segments for that. So big things coming here, boys. How we doing after the weekend?
I'm doing good. I took Monday off, so I had plenty of time to rest.
Eddie play.
You did? Why? Just for fun?
I had a day of PTO that I had 1 day of PTO left that I rolled over from last year that I had to use before the end of March.
Oh, yeah.
And what better opportunity than this Monday after
It's like that Delta flight credit you got to use. You guys jacked up for opening day. The Birds, I don't know if they're home on Thursday. I'm already looking. It's funny because fans are allowed in the stadium, and the Minnesota Twins here. I think opening day was like tickets were as low as $75. It's like, but baseball the next day is like $12. We're always going to be hitting those cheap ticks.
I think Drew. Oh, go ahead, Austin.
Dude, are there still like scalpers? Like those guys literally do that for a living.
I know the market's dead there.
But like you can just get tickets off StubHub for like $4. Like those scalpers have to be hurting.
Yeah. Well, I think with Busch Stadium this year, I think they're allowing like 30% capacity. Right. And if you buy tickets, you have to buy them in packs of 4. No more, no less, which is kind of odd, but
yeah. Well, we've talked about how like the coronavirus kind of, you knew certain industries were dying, certain things were dying. The coronavirus like almost sped it up 5-10 years because it just showed us like, holy crap, all of a sudden we maybe don't need to travel for all these conferences when we have Zoom. One thing I noticed that I wrote down is, and I think it happened maybe because COVID obviously forced us to do this, but that's why I accelerated it. Are menus extinct? Are we going to see a menu anymore? Like it's all the QR codes now.
Dude, it really pisses me off. I love looking at menus. It's so much easier than scanning the QR code, and half the time you don't have service, so you can't even get it. And like your phone screen, and your phone screen isn't that big either compared to the menu.
Right.
So I'd really hate to see menus go out the door.
I just did a rant on this. The QR code's so stupid to me. Also, I went to Chipotle and they wouldn't let you order inside. Not because of COVID, because they want you to use their app. They're like, yeah, we're not doing orders today. You have to use the app. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm right in front of you. Can you just take my order? She's like, nope, gotta go through the phone. I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah, what if you're like an 80-year-old woman who doesn't have a smartphone and wants
right.
Dude, I'm telling you, life is almost phasing out old people. Literally, like with the coronavirus, but also technology. Like it is just like either you get in the self-checkout line or die, adapt or die. Like that's, it's unfortunate, but that is the case. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, eventually we're going to have Chipotle like have robots just come out and deliver it to us. I have a great question for you guys. So I prepared this list for core trades, which will eventually debut later this week. But I was curious, like, what are the most expensive stocks? Amazon always comes to mind because that's like $3,000 per share. Did you know Chipotle was like $1,000 a share? It was like ninth on the list. I was shocked to learn that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was great. Dude, that probably came out right when we were, I want to say like 2011, 2012. And it just revolutionized, like, not only just, hey, good Mexican food, healthy Mexican food, but hey, we're going to prepare it in front of you like a buffet. It kind of created that style of restaurant, not just for that specific food sector.
I mean, yeah, it used Subway's idea kind of too, where they make it in front of you, but it's
Good point.
way better than Subway.
Guess what the highest stock is?
Isn't it
It's
like
fucking
Berkshire
Little Miss
Hathaway?
Muffet. Yeah.
It's like, what is it, like $250,000 or something?
I think it's 350.
352,000.
The other one that shocked
Fucking
me.
Warren Buffett refusing to split.
Refusing the split, right? Like, shit, I'd be worth that old if I was in the stock market back in 1914. Like, you're eventually going to accumulate wealth. The other one that shocked me was Booking.com. It's like 2,000 per share, and that's because it picked up all of the fucking sites, Kayak, Trivago, like, you name it. Maybe not Trivago, but
Wow.
yeah.
That Booking.com, that's way more shocking than Chipotle.
I know. There's like a chocolate company out of Switzerland that I think is like third on the list. It's crazy. Okay, here's a good one. First of all, this is a short topic because this made me laugh. So speaking of things getting extinct, you've seen how Discovery has gone to Discovery Plus. CBS, I guess, is Paramount Plus now. Like, so everything's plus, right?
Mhm.
What's HGTV gonna do? Fire channel. You kind of just put it on while you're doing laundry, while you're doing some shit. But I was reading how it was going to kind of suffer, right, if it wasn't going to move over. And then I was shocked to learn that they have a show featuring Lil Jon. And who wrote this show? It's called Torn Down for What? And it's just Lil Jon doing remodels on homes.
That is an incredible name.
I mean, does he need money that bad?
Has it debuted yet?
I might have to binge season 1 tonight if they have HGTV Plus.
So it has debuted already.
I think so. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I'll listen to research.
I'm surprised we haven't seen any clips of it on Twitter or anything.
I think I might have just been the only one to discover this.
What shows are on HGTV? Is that like the channel?
It's like
you
House
put on-
Hunters.
Dude, Property Brothers, I think is popular. Popular. What else is?
I mean, HGTV is all shows about like house hunting and like
Right.
remodeling
Oh.
homes, correct?
Yes, and
Yeah.
there's a, and you're seeing this too. Netflix kind of eliminated Food Network because Food Network was like Rachel Ray, Guy Fieri. I mean, it was pretty popular, but then they made it like David Chang has like a fire Netflix series. There's so many great cooking shows on Netflix. And Netflix also has kind of done that with HGTV where, have you guys heard of Selling Sunset, which is like kind of popular or something like that?
I have heard of it.
Wait,
Yeah.
is the Food Network dead? You're telling me?
Bro, yeah, I think so. When's the last time you threw that on?
It's a fire station.
Yeah, it is. Dude, do you guys remember fucking cicadas?
Oh my God, I fucking hate cicadas.
Oh my God. Dude, I read they're coming out of the ground for the first time this summer in 17 years.
Dude, I saw that shit. Although it hasn't been 17 years because I remember the last time we were like,
We were in high school, but it must be
It
a
w-
different kind of cicada, but I forget it. But you'll never not forget that noise because they're following with
yeah.
you. You will not be able to unhear it.
and if you play golf, they're the worst on the golf course. Like there's so many goddamn cicadas on the golf course. They swarm you, and they're the most like gross looking things. But the thing with cicadas are there's like a group of them that come out like once every like 7 years, and then another group that comes once every 12 years, and then one that's like once every 17. And every so often, all three of the groups align, and it's like a absolute cicada
Come on.
fuck fest outside. I hope it's not like that this summer.
You always have little Bobby in the corner that's like eating one or like throwing it on a girl.
They're like a flying cockroach.
Yes. And I remember the last time they were here, some ice cream shop in St. Louis made a cicada flavored ice cream. I was like, who was eating this in their right minds? That's the last thing I want to think about is a cicada.
That's a for sure a Nathan for you episode.
Yeah.
The poop flavored ice cream.
Yeah.
Holy
Have you
fuck.
seen those tweets about Nathan for you whenever something crazy happens It's like I know this dude's behind this somehow.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Society of Nathan for you is more than 4 seasons, and it's just the utopia. Dude, I was just wondering, like, what does he do? Because that show was like, we experienced it in real time, but that's something you can watch back and critically be like, this was genius. Not enough people saw this, but now he's like a bunch of writers. He's writing for a bunch of shows on HBO. Like, I feel like he's doing well behind the scenes.
Yeah, he writes for a lot of stuff.
Right.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Me and Brendan rewatched a bunch of the episodes recently, and I'm not kidding you. We're dying on the floor laughing. Couldn't even breathe. We were laughing so hard.
Dude, he is so fucking funny, which is so hard and he's like that awkward kind of funny, which is so hard. Here's something that's interesting. God, we're just getting morbid here with, things going extinct. Do you think grinding is still a thing? Like that everyone's like, shit, should I go grind on that chick while you're a 7th grader, like at the local dance? I feel like 2021's not letting that happen anymore.
That's a good question. My niece turns 13 next month. Maybe I'll ask her.
Yeah.
You mean because of COVID or because people are so sensitive about like
Little bit of both. Just kind of like I was just kind of like popped in my head. I was like just picturing like somebody grinding, and like it made sense in our head as 7th graders, like thirsty on a dance floor, like high off, Coca-Cola, and we're just like, shit, should we go dance with that girl? And just think about how awkward it was. Like you kind of like went up behind the girl, latched on, started dancing with her, and if she looked back and gave you the okay, you were good, or she walked away with her friend.
And then you got nowadays if that happens, you get canceled.
Yes, exactly. You'd be in handcuffs.
that's literally so true. They'll just look back and then you have like a 50-50 shot. And,
All the boys are kind of like, come on.
Dude, literally every mixer was just grinding. Like,
Right.
All right, gotta find someone.
And chaperones were probably like, hey, no grinding. We're like, you old people. If I'm a chaperone, I'm probably going to feel a little bit uncomfortable watching that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
That's the only thing they do is try to break up the grinding.
You know what? Now probably everyone's flossing.
Speaking of grinding or the word grind, someone recently informed me that the Lifetime by my parents' house, the Ellisville Lifetime, the hot tubs there are a known grinder meetup spot. Do you guys know what grinder is?
Wait, where are you talking about?
It's the hot tubs at the West County Lifetime.
I was just there, not at the hot tub. My God, I was at the
grinder
Lifetime
meetup spot.
Yeah,
so I don't know if I'll ever get in those hot tubs again.
How'd you find that out?
I forget
he was there.
I forget who told me. I think
I was in the hot tub. Just
this dude on Grinder asked me to meet there. I was like, that's weird.
I was getting my soak on, and all of a sudden, like shit was getting steamy. That's Jesus Christ. I don't think I'd ever go there again. I kind of mentioned this to you guys while I was in town, but like I witnessed like the most bizarre kind of chirping back and forth with these guys in the weight section. The macho weight section. Like Kelsey's even told me like, and I never even thought about this as like from a girl standpoint, but it's almost intimidating, right? Like it's a little intimidating, especially like Brendan, you could test to this. When you first started working out, did you want to like get in front of everyone, in front of the mirror, like picking up the dumbbells, the main area where everyone's trying to get that seat?
Yeah, it can be very like, especially when you very first start going to the gym and you don't
Right.
know really what you're doing. Yeah, it can be really intimidating.
Yeah, so these guys are basically clogging it up and just chirping at each other back and forth. Like imagine people literally like trying to show off fucking like lifting their weights and just going, oh yeah, bro, you don't even fucking know me through their mask. Through their mask is like moms are trying to get their workout in between these two guys. Nobody's even getting closer. It's just getting louder and more obscene with, oh, nice weight over there, bruh.
You're lying.
That's
They chirp that much.
It was uncomfortable.
maybe they were just trying to get testosterone going. I mean, that's one way to do it.
Are you a big pre-workout guy, Brennan?
I have actually never used pre-workout to work out.
The reason I bring it up, neither for you, Austin, is because, all three of us are TikTok guys, and maybe not people on TikTok will know. Like Bryce Hall and all those guys who work out a bunch, right? Like their job is to look good and be popular on TikTok, and you have to work out to look good, right? They like they shotgun pre-workout. Like I've taken pre-workout before, but I don't understand the new craze with they're literally almost snorting their pre-workout or just like shotgunning it in like energy drinks.
Are you talking about when they do like the dry scoops where they just like scoop it and just dump it down their throat with no liquid?
Yes.
Yeah, that's weird. I actually follow this massive dude on TikTok who always gives like fitness advice. And I guess he saw all them doing that and just made some TikTok about why you should not be doing that.
Right.
I didn't watch it, but there's no way that's a good idea.
Don't people like eat gummy bears right before they pump and shit? Like eat sugar?
Yeah, there's something with gummy bears specifically. It's like if you eat it, a lot of people like that are really serious about it eat gummy bears like in between their sets because I don't know. I've looked it up before, but there's some sort of chemical property to it that is supposed to help, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard like I'll try and eat carbs before I work out because you need the energy to go. I like getting high before working out. I don't know if that helps. I mean, I used to like getting high before playing like pickup sports or something. But yeah, pre-workout. So I've done it before, but it just makes my face numb. I could see where it could kind of pump you up, but the only thing I really like is kind of like supplements and then post-workout protein, etc. Okay.
Do you not get cotton mouth ever when you play basketball high?
Bro, you just need some water.
It's like foaming out the mouth.
Yeah, no. It's like the Sahara Desert. Yeah, who knows? Not for the faint of heart. Let's get into some would you rathers.
Oh, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte, I'm Dylan Corbett, Winging It, episode 22. Jack Duncan coming up, 60 seconds of tea. Yes, Austin, you have the floor.
All right, I got a couple, but we'll take turns.
Sure.
This one is really tough. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
I really hope we weren't on the same list.
Did you have that one too?
No, but I think I came across it. Shit.
I haven't even decided, and I've been thinking about it for 25 minutes.
I love talking, but part of talking is knowing stuff, and you wouldn't be able to kind of learn if you like. I would get so frustrated if I couldn't read, and I feel like I would just be speaking gibberish. I'd go. We'll have chips in our brain eventually. I'll give up reading.
Yeah, I would too. It would suck, but not being able to talk to anyone, that would just get depressing.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'd do the same.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd give up reading.
Ooh, I've got a good one. Would you rather spend a year in jail or in the remote wilderness?
Remote wilderness, I think.
By yourself?
You're less likely to get raped.
What if a wolf fucking rips you apart? It's tracking you. Oh my!
What if you die of hunger, Brendan? You're telling me you could survive a year?
Brendan, you're pretty
yourself?
big in jail. I think you might be not doing the raping, but you might be saying, "Hey, back up, buddy."
I don't know, man. Jail scares me.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of survival YouTube lately, but I don't think there's any chance
I would not be able to make a fire.
I guess you're right. I guess I wouldn't know how to like fucking find my own food in the fucking remote
I
wilderness.
can't even fish with a fishing pole.
Neither can I.
It's crazy. Yeah, jail, like shit, you would just be shitting your pants, but you would eventually get, I guess both ways, you would kind of eventually learn to adapt. I just wouldn't like to be stalked by prey. There could be some scary dude eyeing you in jail and you could be like, oh fuck, but there's nothing like not knowing what the fucking animal does to hunt in the remote wilderness. And I hate the cold and shit.
Yeah.
Brendan, do you have one?
No, I don't. I didn't know. Was I supposed to look at them?
You're good. I got a bunch. All right, you ready for this one? Would you rather be in jail for a year starting tomorrow or lose 3 years off your life.
Oh, lose 3 years off my life.
I think I saw this question and I spun it into the remote wilderness. So yeah. I go 3 years off my life.
I think I would too. I mean, I'm not spending my 25th year in jail.
This one's a little more lighthearted, and if we're rich, would you rather own a luxury yacht or a private jet?
Ooh, I would go yacht just because I love being on the water.
I always said that if I had the lottery, the first thing I'd buy would be a yacht, but I think I have to go plane. We're on private jet. Sorry, PJ.
Correct. I was going to say I'm going P-jet. Just because there's more places I could fly to. Yacht, I'm going to have to get it like ship places and then kind of like maybe I could only have it on the coastline. But, that's going to be, dude, I would love to have a yacht like and take it over to Spain and all that eventually. Yeah, I'd probably go P-jet, though, just because I could access more places on land. Audie.
I feel like I've heard this one before, but would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green or never have to stand in line again?
Stand in line. I would rather never have to stand in line.
Fuck lines. I actually like being in the car, so that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
but I hate being in line.
Especially when you have to wait like hours randomly.
DMV.
Yeah, oh my god.
It takes a
that's the
whole
worst.
day.
Or like when you go to Six Flags even and gotta wait in the scorching heat to ride the Batman.
Dude, I was thinking of Six Flags. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
That's the worst. I get so pissed off.
Or like waiting in line at a bar to get a drink. Yeah, I
Yeah.
for sure never wait in line again.
Holy crap. Yeah, we're gonna be in space eventually, so green lights might not be a thing. Would you rather have unlimited money but be sad more times than not, or would you rather be middle to low class but be happy more times than not? Wow, we're getting deep here on Winging It.
Wow.
I also think Austin and I were 100% on the same Google search, but it's an awesome site. There's so many.
I think we're different, but I don't know. I want to be rich so fucking bad, but life's all about being happy. So I think I have to go with happy, but I really want to be rich.
Yeah, I guess I would go happy too.
I'm going middle to low class happy, and then I'm putting all my money on whoever the T-Wolves are playing against that night. Audie.
Would you rather have an easy job working for someone else or work for yourself but work incredibly hard?
I'd rather work for myself.
I literally have this question. I was just about to ask. Dude, so I think about this every single day because I used to love having a boss, and I don't want to say that because, dude, Aaron Platts, the OG, literally said it on this fucking podcast, dude. I would start a company over and over just so I would not have a boss again. And I thought about it. I was like, what? And now it hit me again today. I was like, he was so fucking right. As long as it's so much more rewarding working your ass off, knowing that is to benefit your brand or to benefit your future. So much more rewarding. It's a good question though.
Yeah, knowing that you like built something.
Right.
Aaron and me are like the opposite. He works incredibly hard, so many hours, but owns his own company. And I mean, I barely work almost. And yeah, I would start my own company if I had a fucking idea.
Here's the other thing too, is kind of like there's so much time that how many times have you sat at work and you're just like, good God, get me out of here, because you already got your work done.
Right.
So like when you're your own boss, you're like, all right, shit, I had a good productive day. I'm going to fucking go do me. Whereas, if you have a boss, you're like, oh, what's this guy doing? He wants to take off early. It's like, yeah, I'm a hard worker. The traditional 9 to 5 is just a little odd to me. If you're a hard worker, you should be able to work your own schedule.
Yeah, but their argument is, oh, there's always something you can find to do.
Yeah, for you, that would be bullshit. I would like to do it for me. Yeah, so one I had that I took off because I think it would be too easy, and maybe we'll have unanimous here. Would you rather get tackled like face to face with a linebacker, or stand in a batter's box and take a fastball but not know where it's going to hit you?
You have a helmet?
You have a helmet in both scenarios, and you would have pads against the linebacker.
I'd have to go with the baseball, dude. I'm not.
But the linebacker is Brian Urlacher.
No, I'm not, dude. I'm getting hit by a baseball.
I would go linebacker, I think.
What?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. But think about it this way. If the linebacker, that's almost 2 hits. The initial, he hits you, and then he body slams you on the ground.
Yeah, but I have pads, and I weigh a good amount.
True.
I'd rather take the hit from the linebacker.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yep, I got one last one for me.
Mine's stupid. Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to any song you heard?
I feel like I do both.
All the time.
I'd rather be forced to sing along.
You can't dance.
No, I cannot dance.
Dude, you become such a good dancer. I guess you become a good singer too.
Yeah.
You have to like get up to dance. Like at least if you're
Bro.
singing along, you can lay down.
I was literally the guy almost breakdancing into a sweat at patios on Saturday. So, yeah, it was tough. Okay, last one for me. Would you rather go back in time or into the future?
Fuck.
I'm going back in time. I don't want to see I don't know. I'm going before my lifetime, or maybe before I understood things in the early 2000s. But I feel like it would be too what's the word I'm looking for? Too scary to know what's coming next.
I mean, yeah, I would go back in time as well and like just invest a shit ton of money in like Apple before it blew up or something.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, do you know the future if you go back in time? Like, can you bet on sports or no?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was just thinking just to see how things were. We were kind of talking about this too. I would equally go into the future too, but I follow that time traveler on TikTok, so I already know what's going to happen.
Dude, there were like no rules back in the day. Like you could rob people. Like perfect.
Hey, let's go fucking rob a bank. Yeah, no kidding.
Literally, I go back in time probably.
Would you rather here on Wingin' It? So again, check us out on CorbettSports.com. That's a way to check all it's /Wingin' It, right? And it's on our Instagram page. Follow us there at Wingin' It 18. It's all the episodes, video, Spotify, and Apple Pods in a row. You can contact the show, send us some would you rathers that you would like us to discuss. I'm giving away all of core trades here, but I also wrote this down because it was fascinating. We kind of mentioned on it. What do you think Netflix was trading at in 2010?
What's its market cap right now?
It's at 516 per share right now.
Oh, well.
$12.
7.
Oh.
Amazon is what, over 3,000 right now? What were they in 2010?
I feel like they were kind of
$12.
200.
$120. $120. Good Lord.
Yeah, but no one knew that Amazon, a bookstore, was gonna rule the world.
But weren't they in 2010? Weren't they already almost like king of the delivery by then? It was like a couple years before Prime. And even when they unleashed Prime, people were like, who the fuck's going to do $90 for free shipping for a year? Now they upcharge everyone.
How much is it? $100 a year?
Yeah, it was not. Now it's like 120, and it's so worth it.
Think
It's their
about
original stock.
That $20 bump probably made them like $200 billion or something.
No kidding.
Do you think we know anyone that doesn't have Amazon Prime?
I'm sure. I'm sure we know some people.
I don't know, man.
No, but
my grandma probably doesn't have it.
But
I don't know her.
Here's why everything digital is it's such a gold rush, because is your grandma eventually going to have it? You know, so eventually someone's going to be like, oh, you got to check this out. She's going to be like, on what? She's like, oh, you don't have Amazon Prime? You know, shit, people like that whole generation's just got money to spend. So eventually they're all going to get to what's new. It's just going to be a couple years later.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. My grandpa still refuses to deposit his checks on the bank app.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no,
god,
he
dude.
doesn't even have the app. He calls to get his balance.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god. I mean,
God.
I work at a bank now pretty much, and I get so many calls from old people whose lives would be 100 times easier and make my life 100 times easier if they just went online or looked at an app.
Oh my God. Um, I had something there, but I lost
My
it.
my mom used to fill out her checkbook. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Like every time we go to the grocery store. I used to have one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Bro.
I still
I
have a
Oh,
checkbook, but
huh?
I
I
still
only
have one just to
pay.
check like my routing numbers and checking numbers, and some people are going to ask for your check.
Yeah.
Um,
There are still occurrences where you need it, but it's rare.
No, I'm not talking about like checks. I'm talking about this book that you'd
keeping your
fill in.
balance in the
She would
front
like
of your
balance her
balance
checkbook.
checkbook.
book.
She would balance her checkbook.
Yeah.
Oh,
She is a checkbook holder
yeah.
off of that. She bought off of Amazon. Um, Drew Ellis is going to be our guest next week. We'll save some good topics for him. Best beers, wines, liquor. I think we could get some good options there. We'll play Would You Rather again. What else do I have? I don't know, a good one. But here's something funny. So, have you guys seen what Mike Tyson's kind of doing in post? I mean, he got into pot obviously because he's a big smoker and he's betting on pot being legalized all across the nation. He's big in California, but now he's hosting a podcast. Have you seen any of these clips where I think he's had Dana White on before? He's had a couple rappers on before. But the reason it's funny is first it's Mike Tyson's going, hey, yeah, man, can you give me a good answer there? That was a terrible Tyson. I'm sorry. But he's got that voice. He's very soft spoken. But think about this. So when you're asked a question, people always think about how many coach interviews, player interviews you see. People are just spewing bullshit, right?
Right.
If Mike Tyson asks you a question and you say an answer and he goes, I'm going to do my terrible impression again, right? No, man. I almost turned into Michael Jackson there. I can't do it. But Mike Tyson says, nah, man, give me a straight answer. And it's Mike fucking Tyson. What are you going to do? He is literally a lie detector. So he has turned all of a sudden into one of the greatest interviewers in media right now. He's like getting these great answers. Like I forget the rapper. It could have been NBA YoungBoy. I'm not sure. But he interviewed a rapper and he was just like, maybe it was Tory Lanez. He's like, yo, why were you asking all those girls to show them your tits? Like, what? Why were you doing that? He's like, I don't know. Like that's what I fucking do. He goes, no, what? No, there's something off there. And he breaks down about how he was touched as a child and shit, and like how he's fucking. And Mike
The
Tyson's
rapper?
bringing out, yes, he's bringing out the truth.
Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, if Mike Tyson looks at you in the eyes and says, "Nah, give me a straight answer," I mean, you got no other choice at that
Like
point.
someone else would like walk off a late night show, like "fuck you, Jimmy Fallon." I'm not answering that shit. You're saying that to Mike Tyson?
Dave
Yeah.
Portnoy and Josh claim that they spilled the tea on their podcast, but yeah, you go on Mike Tyson. that's where the tea
Bryce
gets
Hall would
spilled.
spill the beans to Mike Tyson about everything.
Yeah.
He'd give him his body list. All right, let's touch on. We got Jack Duncan coming up. Did you guys know before this past week? Have you ever heard of the Suez Canal? Besides in fifth grade history class?
No, not before this past week.
Yeah, how does 20% of the world trade go through this little canal, and how has this never happened before?
That's crazy. So basically what happened was this huge freighter. Just think about, we just don't even realize, right, how much shipping. And we always hear about, trade with China. You don't even know how many ships are carrying just amount of whatever overseas. So this canal obviously cuts out, like, I think it's like, it cuts through Africa, through Egypt, the Suez Canal. So you save, think about it, like 500 miles on the water of gas by cutting through from all the rich oil, Saudi Arabian, Middle East countries to all the expensive Europe, America. So basically, $20 billion of trade items are going through this canal daily. And one of the biggest freighters in the world got stuck stuck for a week because of high wind and basically some dumbass behind the wheel.
And no other ships could get through during that time frame, right?
So not only was Egypt, which makes money because it's like a toll bridge, right? Like think about New York City charging tolls, and it's the biggest city, right, in the U.S. or one of the biggest. So they're just making so much money off. Hey, you're just passing through here. We're taking money from you. Egypt was missing out on so much on that because it was literally unable to cross. Think about a traffic jam in L.A. and it's on the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
Dude, logistics, like whoever like works in
Yeah.
logistics, I feel sorry for you because if anything goes wrong, I feel like especially with these huge companies, that's billions. I heard they were losing like I can't even remember how much it was. It was
I
like
thought it was
hundreds
20
of
billion a
billions,
day.
20 billion a day or something crazy.
Oh my land.
I mean, imagine being that guy. I wouldn't be surprised if he fucking
Yeah, because it was human error. Yeah, it was literally just like this guy just literally accidentally just tapped the steering wheel to the left, and they were stuck in a barge.
The funniest thing was the picture of the little crane trying to scoop him out.
Oh, the memes. The internet was undefeated for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get some more topical topics with our guy Jack Duncan. This is Winging It. It's 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D next. All right, it's Winging It. We're back here with 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D. Jack, what's good? Good to see you this weekend. We had the GOAT photo on Winging It 18.
Yeah.
Follow us there for clips. People like the photo, and people love the segment. So what do we got this week, Jack? Good to get you back on.
Yeah, it was good to see you in person, Dylan. It's been a
Yes.
while. I looked like a small little bitch in that picture, but it was a good pic. All right. So police busted a $750 million video game cheating ring.
Wow.
Yeah, it was reported to Chinese police. 12 months later, it's the biggest operation busted in gaming. I don't even really get what it means, but like wall hacks to aim bots, anything from ranging from that. And they're making more than 10K a day, like hacking shit like that and helping people win games.
Well, I'm just shocked because, like, think about we were talking about stocks from 10 years ago. Netflix was $7. Now they're $510. It used to be Netflix movies in your mailbox. Now, obviously, it's Netflix. For this, it was like, okay, we're actually playing sports, and people are like, esports, what the hell? Now it sells out stadiums. People are making money off being gamers. So obviously, like everything, if there's people are going to try and find edge in something. Like, is this the equivalent to like steroids in baseball? Like hacking the games?
Like screen peeking. I was never a video game guy. I just remember hearing everyone going, "Dude, don't screen hack." Like when my friends would play. But
dude, $750 million. Like, how long has this been going on for?
Well, dude, math. I can't do the math, but 10K
Brennan's
a day.
our resident, I think, video game expert in terms of ability, right? Wouldn't you kick our ass, Bren? You always beat my ass in 2K.
I grew up religiously playing video games, but I am shocked. Like, I didn't know. I knew video games would like ban you if you played online and used hacks, but I didn't know it was like illegal to play a video game and hack on it. Like,
I think they might have been like selling it.
Yeah, they were like selling. I don't know.
Oh, they were selling the software that you use to hack.
Yeah, something like that.
Brennan, in another life, would you be an e-gamer? Like, if you were born like 5 years later, would you be a professional e-gamer?
Yeah, like CBC and like high schools now have like gaming, like
dude, for like
rooms.
Varsity, yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe like if I knew it was going to become as popular as it is now, I would have like
what would you
kept
play?
Playing it more. Good question. I don't know. I probably would have migrated to like being a computer gamer and
League of Legends.
RuneScape.
In another life. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how like I was a kid who I literally owned one game growing up, and it was Madden 11. And there's some kids like Brendan, I guess, who played.
I bought every single sports. I still do. But I'm just ass at video games. Like, I literally just buy the sports games because I love sports so much that I like being my own GM. Anyway, enough about me being a nerd.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Brendan used to piss in water bottles so he didn't have to get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh,
I
dude,
think that
that's
was revealed
Ben.
to us this weekend that was Brad.
All
Would
right,
you guys play Mario on the Game Boy?
I
Dude,
would
I
play
played
Pokemon.
I played Shrek 2, and you could bounce off these pumpkins, and it
You
was
should watch
fucking
that.
sick.
Dude, the
I
Jimmy
I
Neutron
should.
game on PlayStation 2 was so gas. Like they used, dude, the Scooby Doo video game. They used to have so much more fun video games back in the day. SpongeBob.
Dude, did you
Yeah.
guys ever have this is for some reason I feel like would be a total Jack game. Nintendogs on Nintendo DS.
Dude, not.
That's an Ian Corbett game.
Yeah,
I
that's
love you played it.
what's that
I
thing?
played
What's
everything.
what's that thing that you like raise and they can like die? Like, is it a Tamagotchi?
Oh, Farmville.
Tamagotchi.
it was a Farmville.
Yeah, I had a Tamagotchi back in 3rd grade.
That's such a scheme. Sell
I
these.
had a Yu-Gi-Oh dueler on my right arm.
It's-
As I would try and duel people, not Trevor Dillon.
What about Webkins?
There's
I
some-
You guys
know.
ever have one of those?
My
My-
niece plays that.
My sister
Or-
was
a
big
couple
into
years
it.
Dude, what's the game that we played when we were young that Biden and Kamala Harris just like promoted their campaign on? It was like Franimals or like I don't know. It was some pet game. That everyone's
Neopets?
Animal Crossing. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, you know how you see advertising in video games now? Like it was literally like Biden Harris signs in Animal Crossing.
Wow.
That's funny.
All right,
Yes.
reminiscing.
All right. The Boondocks. I don't know if any of you guys watch that. Reboot is scheduled to release in 2022. Any of you guys Boondocks guys?
That
I was
cartoon?
thinking- Yeah, like
No.
no.
I was thinking of Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
No, it's like you know what I'm talking about though, right, Brendan?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's almost like an anime, but also not really an anime, I don't think.
Have you guys
Okay.
ever seen BoJack Horseman? Have we talked about this before?
I've seen it.
Bro, I think it's like one of the most well done, well thought out, like animated comedy series ever. It was fantastic. It maybe takes like a season to grow on you, but it was like I found myself wanting more of it after it was done. It's got
I was gonna say, I just haven't seen it since the first season, so I don't
oh
know.
okay, yeah, you got to pick it up. You got to take it all the way to the end. It's so well thought out and funny.
Aren't kids like obsessed with anime these days?
Dude, yeah.
Why?
Dude, people fuck with anime. Like
Well,
even people
and-
your age.
Yeah, and
my age?
Dude,
Yeah.
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 What?
Yeah.
And Netflix is now getting so much more popular
Slocum.
overseas. Once it hits China, once it hits Japan, all these Asian countries, like that's just an economic boom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a pop culture sort of thing now.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Mike Tyson announced he will be fighting Evander Holyfield in May. He bit off his ear.
We were just talking about how Mike Tyson is this unreal interviewer now. Like, because it's like you will not lie to him because he would beat your ass.
Yeah.
But everyone's getting into the boxing game. I'm so pumped for Ben Askren, Jake Paul coming up. What in
Yeah.
a couple weeks?
When is that? That's like
I'll
2
look it
weeks?
up.
Jack, did you say he's rematching the dude he bit the ear off of?
Yeah, that's whose ear he bit.
Who
Is
did
that
Mike
like-
Tyson just recently fight and they called it a draw?
Dude,
Roy
fucking-
Jones.
Yeah.
Roy Jones
Oh.
Jr.
Yeah, we were watching it at the Palace on my phone, and I fucking bet on it, and they called it a draw. It sucked.
That's tough. It's April 17th, Jake Paul, Ben Askren. And I think there's like a pretty crazy undercard. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, National Treasure. A National Treasure series is in development for Disney Plus with the original writers and producer coming back to the helm. It'd be sick.
Is
What
Nick
about our
Cage coming
guy?
back? Yeah.
Well, dude, he's got to. He's literally it.
Bro.
I've said it like 4 times, but I fuck with that movie. That was my favorite subject.
I
Was
just
there
can't.
2 of them?
Yeah.
they were. Yeah.
I have
They were
never
both
seen the
fantastic.
second one. The first one, the ending of the first one is lit.
Dude, they're both lit. The Book of Secrets in the second one when they find it.
Yeah, no, I love
I
those.
thought he
movies.
finds it in the first one. The basement of gold.
Did you
that's
did
the
you guys
first
fuck with the
treasure.
Magic Treehouse series?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. There was like 58 chapters. You couldn't stop reading them. Or 58 books, I think.
Also, I don't remember if I've said that. I think I did say this on the podcast that I haven't seen National Treasure 2 because I went to see it in theaters with my dad and the fire alarm went off during it. They all had to
That's
evacuate.
right. That's right.
Wait, what was that you just said, Dylan? The magic what?
The Magic Treehouse series. Dude, it was fantastic. It was like you read it in like third or fourth grade, and it was about these, everyone wanted a treehouse back then. Are
Yeah.
treehouse is still a thing? We were talking about HGTV. That's an HGTV show. It's like Treehouse Hunters.
Dude, there's definitely like I'm pretty sure there's like something on Netflix that's like world's coolest tree houses.
Right. But it was
Yeah.
basically like based on the premise that these two kids climb in their treehouse and it would take them back in time on these adventures.
Oh,
Easy to
that's
read
cool.
books. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
filth.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. A Florida mom, only in Florida.
Yep.
Some girl was messing with her daughter, so she pulled up with boxing gloves and started boxing the girl who was like a middle schooler. She like the mom literally pulled up just like strapped up and ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they fight?
Well, I mean, I doubt it lasted very
It was a
long,
little
like
one-sided, I think.
in a hallway at a school, but it is Florida. You never know. Okay, this is pretty interesting. HBO Max is coming out with one of those limited series about the Showtime Lakers. Okay, like back in the day with like Magic Johnson and them. And get this, Bo Burnham is playing Larry Bird, and John C. Reilly, who's the other brother in
John
Step
C.
Brothers.
Reilly's in that, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Jerry Buss, who's like the owner of the Lakers, and yeah, it's gonna
Is
be.
Bo Burnham tall?
I feel like they can make him look tall enough, but I mean, I don't know. I just can't. I mean, just knowing him from his songs back in the day, I can't really see him playing Larry Bird like hooping on a court.
Allison Token fucks with Bo Burnham.
Dude,
You know who else fucks with Bo Burnham?
Who?
Madison Beer.
I
Really?
have zero idea who this is.
Bo Burnham.
He's a guy that like would make those funny
I'm Bo
songs.
Yo, and I'm the greatest rapper ever. If you ever, yeah, dude.
He was like a comedian rapper from a while ago.
like
Oh, dude, he was in he was in this funny ass fucking movie with the dude from Silicon Valley. God, it was such a great movie. It was a little morbid, but he was like a comedian. I should stop talking. I'll think about it by the end of the podcast. I'm not even making any sense. I know who he is.
Yeah, well, his old YouTube videos are hysterical. Kristen Stewart is playing Princess Diana in a new movie called Spencer, because her last name is Lady Diana Spencer.
Have you guys watched The Crown? I have it on my list, and I'm like, would I like it? And I keep hearing good things about it, and then it's like interesting about the royals, and we've talked about it.
Yeah,
So it's kind of similar to what you're talking about there, right?
yeah. I started it. It's kind of hard at the beginning because it's like they start like way back in like World War One era, so like you got to be able to.
Right.
I had never heard of it, but I've been watching Family Guy recently, the new season of it, and I just watched an episode where they made fun of how people don't shut the fuck up about
The Crown.
watching. But I'd never heard of it until recently.
Yeah, it's,
Dude, have you even seen the TikTok trend where it's like, show me a clip that you think would be canceled today? And there's just so many Family Guy clips.
Yeah.
They're just so funny.
Yeah.
They respected me.
Family Guy still makes funny episodes.
yeah. I feel like they can get away with it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Does the
classic.
name Kumail Nanjiani mean anything to you? But the funny Indian dude from Silicon Valley. Okay, have you guys seen? I found the movie. Have you guys seen The Big Sick?
No.
Have to watch it. It is so good. It is funny. It's like it'll tug at you. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's entertaining.
And it's him and Bo Burnham.
Bo Burnham's a comedian. They are like stand-up comedians, and like it's based on like Kumail, the India dude from Silicon Valley's relationship. It's a great quick view. But yeah, so what else was Bo Burnham in?
He was what? Do you know Brendan?
I thought he was just famous for like almost
Well,
like
he's-
YouTube skits.
And then he
He's-
got into movies. That
Yeah.
probably makes sense.
Yeah, he started, I think, kind of moving. I don't know, but yeah, you're right. Okay. President Biden has plans for re-election in 2024.
Yeah, how are they already talking about this? This shit pisses me off so much. Like, people are just ridiculous.
Well, dude,
Why
Dude,
are they already talking about 2024?
I feel like we're at the age where we can't avoid politics anymore. You
Yeah,
know, like it's just somebody's going to be talking about it in the workplace. We're just amongst adults, people much older, where
Water
we
cooler
can't avoid
talk.
it as kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not one to talk politics,
But great, you know, Biden, who another 4 years older. I mean, good lord.
yeah, that was my point. The dude can't
Yeah.
even get a sentence out of the. But
You know, it would be nuts if Trump said that he's gonna run again.
I
Like,
think he
tomorrow.
already did, but something funny on the Trump note was he like I guess made a speech and it was just funny. He's just like incoherently like saying all this stuff, and it was at a wedding. Like it was because Twitter took him away. He wants a microphone so bad. It's like, hey, you can the 45th president of the United States for, you know, it's the drink package, and hey, the president will spew a bunch of shit about the rigged election.
I wonder whose wedding it was. That's
I know.
funny.
Yeah, he speaks for like 5 hours and he doesn't even
Yeah.
know the room.
Well, no, it's funny. He's just like, he starts out by calling the guy John, and then midway through it, you know, Jim, you have a lovely wife here. He's like, okay, thanks.
All right. So the guy George R.R. Martin, who wrote like all the Game of Thrones books, signed an 8-figure deal with HBO that he will be producing 7 spin-offs of Game of Thrones, like around his other books over the next 5 years.
They're gonna milk the shit out of that.
You guys
Wait.
all have to be Game of Thrones. You have all seen it, right?
Yeah, I have.
I've only seen the last season.
That's horrible.
Wow.
That's the only thing you've seen of it?
Dude, he got the previous.
Come on, like I got the gist of it. I
Dude,
know
that-
what happens.
Well, what do you guys make of all, because now Disney Plus is making all these crazy like spin-off series from their big movies, and it's like, okay, shit, their movie stars are making TV. Loki, you know, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Are you guys all on that? Are you into the Marvel universe?
Drew and Tim fuck with the Marvel universe.
It's good movies, but it's so hard to keep up with. I mean, it's literally a never-ending web of just
See,
storylines.
I'll do a couple of them, but I don't really do like fantasy like that. I don't know.
Right.
That's not me. Give me
I'm
like a
more- I'm more of a DC guy because I feel like the like Batman is much more like dark.
Well,
than-
it was only so Christopher Nolan made Batman, and it was epic. And then, like, did you remember Superman? Because then Christopher Nolan started getting out of it, and like Superman was not great. Justice League was not as good. I think I could be wrong, but I think you're thinking of Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only
Which
thing
was
I'm
awesome.
using to.
yeah. I mean
to-
that shit's sick.
Yeah.
But there's some new Justice League shit on. I guess it's on
Yeah.
HBO. It's
So
like,
I hope it's good. Yeah, they're coming out with the new one on HBO.
like 4 hours
It
long.
did come out already. It's
Yeah.
like 4 hours long. It's
Cam-
over 4 hours long. And apparently it's also really dark. And like I also just watched the Joker movie again this past weekend.
Joker was great.
Super dark. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like that vibe to the superhero movies.
Totally.
It just makes it almost like more realistic.
Dude, we were starving for content during the coronavirus pandemic when everything was stalled. Now there's just going to be, oh my God, we're not going to be able to keep up anymore again. That was our time to catch up.
Oh yeah, another show just to spin off that looks sick is so the dude from American Horror Story, his name's Evan Peters. I don't know if you guys are familiar. He's actually Spencer Cox's step cousin.
How about that?
Shout out Spencer Cox.
Who you
He used he used to be married to Emma Roberts. You guys knew that. Anyway, he was cast in a new HBO or Netflix miniseries, and he's gonna play Jeffrey Dahmer. And it looks fucking
Wow.
And you guys would know who it is if I showed it to you, but he looks just like him, and I think it's gonna be sweet.
Wait,
Um,
Jack, you said there's 7 separate shows or 7 episodes?
rumored 7 spin-offs that he will be
Yeah.
developing.
Different series.
That's
Yeah.
like that's gonna take decades.
Can't
I
wait.
mean, yeah, I don't
This
know.
dude, but did you? I think what was lost in the fact. Did you say it wasn't? It was 8 figures, right? You said,
Yeah,
which
8
means like it had to be like at least 10 million.
yeah, at least.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Shit, you're getting into athlete money there.
yeah, 100%. Okay, what's next here? Oh, this made me feel kind of old. Rolling Papers had its 10-year anniversary. Wiz Khalifa, bring back some great memories.
I got this thing on Spotify that's like I can pre-order his I don't know, album cover or whatever.
Dude, that was our childhood,
Pre-order
or
an
not?
album
I mean,
cover?
our high school.
It's I'm having a brain fart, but what's the thing you put on the thing and then you play it?
An NFT.
A record.
A record. It's like a record of it, I'm pretty sure.
You should
Wow.
get it. Do you have a record
Vinyl.
player?
No.
That's
I could be
ruthless.
completely wrong too, but I'm pretty sure.
I wonder
Okay.
if never forget Wiz concerts. I wonder if he's still touring. I'm sure he will eventually.
Yeah, he's fire. He like boxes now and stuff.
That's where the money is. He'll probably
Yeah.
fight Mike Tyson in a month.
Okay, I've never heard of this. Speaking of DC, but Black Adam is The Rock. Like he's coming out in 2022. I've never heard of that character, but a movie called Black Adam out of the DC world.
I've heard of them. I don't know a bunch about it.
Were you guys? They were pretty outdated still. Were you guys like comic book kids? Was anyone our age a comic book kid?
No, I didn't really read comic. I read Calvin and Hobbes.
Like the newspaper cartoons?
I mean, I don't.
Is that what
Calvin
that
Hobbes
is?
a newspaper? I don't remember if they
know.
were in the
I have
newspaper,
no
but
idea.
like I have a bunch of like Calvin and Hobbes, like massive like books, like that are just have a bunch of comic strips inside of them. Pretty funny.
Gotcha. Okay. This was a pretty hot topic this week. So I guess I can't tell if it was a troll or what, but Lil Nas X and his Nike shoes that had the Satan symbol on it and each had a drop of human blood in it. And Nike is now suing him or suing the company that made them and denied all involvement with that. And then he came out and had some like troll tweets about it and then tweeted a picture of Chick-fil-A shoes, like shoes painted like Chick-fil-A and said, okay, I'll even the score, which I thought was kind of funny because like,
Dude, so with that, Nike suing them, I mean, because they didn't want to be a part of that. And I thought Nike came out with a shoe with them, but it was this company taking a pair of their shoes and customizing it themselves. So,
right.
you know, Nike, that was probably the smart move on their part. But what did you guys make of the music video? Like, again, I think KFC from Barstool handled this perfectly, where it's just like, dude, yeah, it's not your cup of tea. But how could you be so offended by that you're just like, oh, dear God? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if people were more offended with, like, was it the Satanism of it? Or was it just a dude giving another dude a lap dance? And then it was the devil. Like,
Yeah.
People
it's
are
like
just
if-
mad. But if you have too much time to be mad about something like that, you should probably get a fucking life.
yeah.
Because who
Yeah.
gives a fuck? Like,
if
that's
you
my
don't like
opinion.
it, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
But like Swaggy P was
I
like,
was literally just going to say
yeah.
that.
Did you
It's
see
like-
hate on it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he-
tweeted like, "My kid ain't never listened to Lil Nas X," and I'm not sure about Nike anymore either. Like wearing.
I
Nikes.
could definitely see Swaggy P being a homophobe. Like,
yeah,
low-key.
yeah. Like, shit, I'm almost doing the Swaggy P fucking gif to him. It's like, what? Okay, thanks for your input on topical events, Swaggy P.
I'm pretty sure the shoes sold out in less than a minute too.
And wasn't it like, what
Well,
was
there
it,
was only like
100K?
666 of them made, right?
Yeah. To
Yeah.
go with the whole Satan part,
Yeah.
All right. Should we make some fucking NFTs?
dude.
Like,
Yes.
If you know how to make one, sure.
I literally came across, I think I saw something like an app telling you how to do them.
That's a good idea. I don't even
Look
get
into
it though.
I was trying to I was like, shit, I don't know. This confuses me. Now it's just like, oh my God.
Like, would we ask a graphic designer about that, or like a software engineer? Like what
Yeah.
is it like which one? I mean, is it buildings? I don't know.
Probably neither. Probably like a 13-year-old on the internet.
What did the shoes have to do with NFTs?
I don't know. Based on the fact that everything's selling for fucking boatloads.
Yeah. We
Dude.
just need to come up with something like dumb and exclusive, and
Yes.
like people will fall for it.
I am having a merch store meeting tomorrow, so we're going to figure out how to get that off the ground. 60 Seconds of Tea with Jack D, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte, and Dylan Corbett. Just based on the NFTs and you could just sell whatever for anything. So Lil Nas X. So I don't know if he's directly getting sued, but yeah, that company's going to be screwed for.
I kind of like respect though that Lil Nas X literally is just his tweets are just him trolling about it.
He's trolling. He's just doing.
And he's
thing.
not even like being mean about it. He's just like he'll tweet like "LOL, my bad, God" and like shit like that. And like
He's hilarious on Twitter.
Yeah, he is funny.
Well, this is gonna sound bad, but like if he would have made them like heaven shoes, no one would have cared. You know, like Satanism is technically just.
But what if he was giving Jesus a lap dance? Everyone would have lost their mind. Jesus, no, never. No.
Yeah, you really just can't please people. All right, what's next? Fuck, I had something I was gonna say. All right. Cancer-causing chemical discovered in numerous popular hand sanitizers.
Ooh.
Oh,
what?
Yeah. A number of widely available hand sanitizer brands have been found to contain a cancer-causing chemical called like benza something.
Well, they'll protect you from everything but give you cancer.
Dude, I don't know. There's been some sketchy like back when COVID was big time, like like in a gas station, like there's like a sketchy like non-labeled hand sanitizer bottle like on the counter.
A pump.
Dude, I hit one of those once and I felt like I was like poured acid on my hands. Like it was like searing. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, they say a lot of shit causes cancer. Like
the microwave, our phones.
But I mean, I do know people literally started like cooking up dope in the crock pot and hand sanitizer with like when it first COVID started happening. Like people were probably making that in their kitchens and like selling it.
I wonder what our what's going to be our talcum powder. If you have used mesothelioma in your what's going to be the thing what we're 80 years old watching? We're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to call this hotline.
maybe like the Juul.
Probably the hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Probably the Juul, yeah.
That's it. Seriously, I don't know. Not heaters though. The time traveler also on another note predicted that we would find a cure for cancer in 2029. How about that?
Okay, speaking of that, have you seen that other time traveler on TikTok that he's literally, I saw an article about it the other day that he literally is like taking he posts all these videos of like these empty streets in Spain from and says he's from 10 years in the future, like some amount in the future, and that there's like minimal humans left. And
my time traveler, maybe a different one. He said he's going to post a picture on Instagram, which probably means he wants us to follow his Instagram account on November 3rd of the year. He goes, leave a comment on this video if you want it to be me outside my window in the year 2581, which would be fire. What do you think that city's gonna look like?
Dylan's like commenting, following
10 times.
Dude, it'll be.
Please.
So I didn't realize speaking of cities, Elon Musk's Starbase is literally right outside of South Padre, Texas.
Oh my God.
Down there. He tweeted people should highly think about moving in the Brownsville, South Padre area. That's where Starbase is going to be. And he's donating $20 million to the school system down there. Cause he's like, there will be jobs for engineers. So he's literally going to, dude, I think he's at the southernmost point of Texas and he's just going to start his own little area. And no one can fuck with him down there.
Oh my God. So you think he's going to be a cult? Wait a second. Are you calling
I
back
don't know
to
about a
Waco?
cult, but like, dude, he might be plotting to like
He
take.
gets his own state somehow.
His own
Yeah,
society.
like, I mean, if he, think.
I
about
mean,
it.
I think he's going to run for president eventually. Maybe he'll unseat Biden in his running 4 years.
he wasn't born here though, was he?
Who? Elon? Was he not?
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't
he was
know.
born in Russia. I don't know.
Oh.
That could be way off.
Is he a?
I mean, someone.
Is he
One
a
of his
plant?
parents is foreign. I know that. I mean, his name's Elon Musk. And isn't like I don't know. All right, this is an interesting fact. The U.S. bald eagle population has quadrupled since 2009. It's good for the.
I heard this today. Good news, and I heard the explanation was just that's what you do. That's what you get from protecting them, right?
Yeah.
Which hopefully we can do from poachers in Africa, because I think like lions, elephants, those are the next that we're kind of worried about.
Yeah. Okay, this is I'm not surprised by this, but this is one of the last things I have. Fake vaccines and vaccination cards are being sold on the dark web. So like people can, because I mean I didn't think about.
Shit, I'm
that.
gonna need one if they ban flights.
Yeah, people probably will go to great lengths to get a fake one.
Who the fuck is selling or buying fake vaccines on the dark web?
Dude, an idiot, but whoever sells
No. Like fake. Are you saying like fake passage? Like, hey, I'm vaccinated.
No, those, and it says actual,
okay.
like it says both. Like,
Oh, you can get that at the gas station. It's unmarked in that tube.
yeah. But yeah,
dude, I'm a little. So like, I'll fucking get the vaccine, but people are like pressuring me almost. I'm like, they're like, yo, you gonna fucking get it? Did you sign up yet? I'm
like
Jesus
the
Christ.
new thing is yeah, I guess the vaccine card, the Biden wants the vaccine passports.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I guess I'll get it. But did you see AstraZeneca? There's a reason it's not FDA approved here. It's like hurting people under the age of 44. Like, there's some sketchy. I'm telling you, people are gonna be growing a third eye from this thing eventually. Fuck, I'll fucking take it. That's fine. Which one?
I know, me too. The only thing, someone can correct me here, like a fan or something, if they have an opinion. But the only thing someone put in my head the other day is we don't know the effects on like having kids with it, if it messes that up at all.
My mom told me
I never
that
thought about that.
You're not supposed to have sex for like a month with one of them because it could make your kid retarded. I'm like, what?
With one of the vaccines?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We're a public forum. We can't be.
Yeah.
Now we're all of a sudden Newsmax and QAnon.
That's just what I heard.
We're like Reddit on a podcast.
All right, but we are Would You Rather, and here's a quick one. Would you rather, what vaccine are you getting if you're getting one?
I heard they're like all completely different.
I would get the one shot just to fucking get it over with.
Same.
Yeah, J&J.
Is it? But wasn't that the 67%er one or?
Is that
That
Johnson
just goes
Johnson?
to show you that it's legit because they're not like, oh, it's 99%.
Bro, I saw a stat today was like, oh, it's 90% effective against reinfection. It's like, what the fuck? What is the point?
I guess they're at least being honest like that.
Yeah.
67. Yeah. Let's see what else. Do you guys already play Would You Rather? Was that earlier?
Got me.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you-
a good one.
Yeah. Do you want some of the highlights?
Yeah, I'd love a highlight.
Did you just wrap up?
Well, last thing I was gonna say is that I ended up watching that Billie Eilish documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I did think it was good. She's very talented, but her life's she's still kind of interesting. I don't know.
Kelsey has a recommendation. It is, I think it was Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy.
Seaspiracy, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that good? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it's like about. I guess it'll change your whole perception. Pretty sure it's about like how we don't take care of the ocean. It like fucks with the earth. I don't know.
All right, last question here of Winging It. This is going to be episode 22. Jack Duncan, Austin Platts, Brendan Duarte, I'm Dylan Corbett. Jack Duncan, 60 seconds of tea. And here's your Would You Rather. Would you rather spend a year in jail or a year in the remote wilderness?
Oh, like, do you get any supplies or you just Bear Grylls in it? You just got to go.
Bear Grylls in it.
I mean, I feel like you'd learn a lot about yourself if you can handle it.
Too.
In jail too, but like I don't know. I've always said I literally will sit in traffic before I go to jail. I refuse to go to jail. So I'd probably try to live in the woods. That would be my thing.
Wow.
What about you guys?
Wait, I got a good one that I just found.
Okay.
Would
yeah,
you
I
rather?
think I was jail. I was just afraid of a wolf tracking me down and like tearing me apart, and I can't light a fire.
All right,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
listen close. Would you rather know how above or below average you are at everything, or
Oof.
know how above or below average people are at one skill just by looking at them?
I don't want to know anything about myself. That
Yeah. Wait, what?
would me out.
I already love knowing everything about everyone, so I'd love to know by looking at them.
Yeah, I guess I'd go the latter.
But have you
too.
ever wondered, like, oh, is this average, or like maybe you find you have a skill that no one else can do, like Brennan?
I guess, yeah, if you think of it like that. But
I've got one though for us. It's this fucking podcast, man. How about that? Hey, we appreciate you guys, the listener. Subscribe, rate, review wherever you get your podcasts. Of course, we post this on Instagram for clips. CorbettSports.com/winging it. That's your place to see all the episodes in a row in case you've missed stuff. Merch store coming soon. One of the first establishments there. We've got the 60 Seconds of Tea of Jack D. I've got more designs with the meeting tomorrow. Joey Mirando, our guy. How about that? Winging it here. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you next week.